Where are the handlers?
It's true professionalism.
Good thing we're on tape.
We've wadded up the notes for today's show, so anything goes. We know we have watermelon. Other than that, it'll be a surprise. Great TV is coming up next.
Where are the handlers? Where are they? I want red M&Ms. That's it.
About a beer and length. Great TV. I sabotaged you. I really only half opened that for you.
Wait, I'll get it.
Jack Wayboy's here, 3-time South Carolina State champion.
That's right. I'm a
beer
smoker.
Opener and founder of CarolinaPitMasters.com. I'm Bill West from BBQTricks.com, and we like to get together, have beer, and talk about grilling.
Cheers. I'm drinking sweet. That means that's wheat beer. Bill knows that I have a thing for wheat beer anyway, and it's not really something that you know. It's kind of like Jeremiah Weed when he gets. You remember the Jeremiah Weed show, Bill? Yeah.
Lemonade. Let's get right into the letters here for Great TV. Hey guys, love the show out here in San Francisco. Hard to find good Southern barbecue out here, but
Probably
we have
so.
Lots of fantastic places to eat. That's probably true too. Can you explain what St. Louis has to do with a cut of ribs, and what is a St. Louis cut?
Well, I don't know exactly what a St. Louis rib means to the rib. I do know the cut. Why it's called a St. Louis rib, I'd have to Google that and get into the information. Somebody told me one time that if you really don't know the answer, you're probably better off to say, I really don't know the answer.
Know.
So I'm not going to say I know why it's called a St. Louis cut. But I do know that a St. Louis cut generally comes off the spare ribs. And what you do is you trim off the brisket and cut them down to a size that you like to manage a little bit better. The reason why a lot of people use St. Louis cut ribs is because it does come off the spare rib. The spare rib has more real meat on it and a little more fat on it than baby backs do, which makes them a little more forgiving on the grill. In my opinion, spare ribs taste a little bit better because of the fat. We all know that bacon fat or pork fat is good. So what you do is, and we probably have some footage on this around somewhere, Bill, cutting ribs. And you go ahead and you trim the ribs, you trim that brisket right off of it, and you clear that away, and you use the brisket trimmings for anything on the basically you throw them in the grill, have them for lunch. That's what I usually do with them. Or you can cook them up and use them in beans, or pretty much whatever you want to do.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good snack.
Yeah, and the reason why you cut that brisket off is because when you're cutting your ribs and you're trying to make one cut in a single ribs, if you don't take that brisket off, then your knife won't go in a nice straight cut right on up. I know a lot of competition cooks that use spare ribs, and they like using spare ribs because they lay flat, they're generally straight, and it's just a better cut to use. Easy to make, easy to do. I guess probably the only difference is, we all know that anytime you cut something off and don't use it, it actually increases the base cost of your meat. So you got to use those briskets. Spare ribs, $1.99 a pound or something like that. Once you take that brisket off, you're probably taking a third of your weight off, which raises the actual price of the cut that you're going to actually use.
So it's all about showing off for the presentation for the for the competition. If you're at home, that's a lot of.
It can be a lot of ways. Meat. I always trim mine St. Louis because I like to have that. I use the brisket for, like I said, cooking beans, or I'll eat them for lunch or whatever it is that I'm going on. So I actually like to have that nice straight rib laying on my plate. The actual prime product that I want to eat on the plate for dinner. So I'll take all the rest of that stuff off. But that's really what a St. Louis rib is all about.
Okay. Very good. Good question. Thanks to Ben, who watches up on iTunes.
And if anybody knows anything about why they call it a St. Louis cut and what St. Louis has to do with the cut, send me the information.
Let us know. We
Thanks.
don't know. Our great plate today coming, 3 nice racks from our buddy Sean Dukes.
Man, Sean sends us a lot of pictures, doesn't he?
They
Thank
look
you,
nicely
Sean.
glazed. Speaking of spare ribs, I'm pretty sure they're spare. Yeah, and doing them on a barrel smoker, and he's got a rib rack going, so he's conserving some space there.
Excellent. And I'll tell you what, they look great. It's what can you say about spare ribs? Probably rubbed up real nice, and throw a little glaze on top of them. They're going to be perfect.
Grab that rib rack. Can you reach it?
Can I reach the rib rack?
Right to your behind you.
Yes,
You
I
had
can.
a good tip earlier.
I
We
did
were going
have
to
kind
talk
of a
about
good
this,
tip.
and you said you had found something instead of a rib rack that worked just as good.
We had to make ribs one day. We had to make a lot of them, and we were kind of stressing. It was early in the morning, and we didn't have the space. We didn't have the necessary stuff that we needed to make things go, and we needed to get a lot of ribs on the pit. And a lot of times we'll stack them, top to bottom, top to bottom. But this time I wanted to have a rib rack, so I actually went to the store, an all-night retailer, and I found a metal dish rack. And as you can see, when I first got to the show today, I asked Bill. I said, "Is that a dish rack or a rib rack?" And you can see the similarities in what a dish rack and a rib rack would be. Now, I'm not promoting going out and buying a dish rack.
Don't buy a plastic one.
Yeah, over this, because this is really nice. It's Teflon coated.
Yeah, I was going to say,
it's
this
strong.
this one's made by KitchenAid, and it's
Yeah.
actually Teflon coated,
That
which is I haven't used it yet. So.
And I can tell you, Teflon coated, easy to clean, easy to take care of, and it's really a fantastic looking rig wrap. But certainly, if you need to get something going on, hey, we made it happen for $1.99 or whatever it was with a metal dish rack that we bought at our local big box discounter.
Cheapo gadget. Speaking of gadgets, let's see this one over here.
Gadget today is the barbecue safety igniter. I haven't taken this out of the box yet because I haven't actually used it. But Bill, we promote safety on Great TV. We want you to be as safe as you possibly can. So this is a little remote igniter to kind of get your face out of the grill. Remember, when you're igniting your grill, to always lift the lid. Lift the lid, turn on your gas, and then use your safety igniter, or use one of those long igniters, the stick lighters, to light your fire in the grill if you don't have an automatic igniter on your
So
your
yeah, this
grill.
basically gets you another foot away from your eyebrows, another foot away from the
There's
flame.
no reason to be going to the hospital on the holiday or when you're out there doing your thing. And certainly, if you think about what you're doing, think about the consequences of what's happening when you turn on the gas on your grill. Remember, the gas is probably coming into the cooking chamber, so make sure that you lift your lid, allow plenty of oxygen to get in there, be safe, and use safe tools, safe gadgets. And that's once again comes from our buddy Tim at Cooking Out.
Let's see this secret ingredient today.
Secret ingredient today, we're going through kind of a series, I guess, Bill, where we're talking about summer, and it's summer grilling season, and things that go with the meals that you're eating, and how to choose properly about what you're doing. There's so many things that are in the produce department that go well with grilled items, and pretty much what we're doing right now is going through. And I think last week we talked about, what was it, pineapple, Bill? Mm-hmm. And this week we're going to talk about a watermelon. And I can't tell you how many people have come to me and said, "Jack, how do you know how to choose a good watermelon?" Because once again, Mother Nature wraps this up in the skin, so we can't really see what it looks like inside. So the secret behind a watermelon is you want to make sure that it has good color. You want to make sure that it looks like it's ripe and at the peak of its quality. But then you want to kind of choose through the rack, and you want to try to find one that has what I call a creamy yellow bottom. And you can see that this.
Did you just call it that, or is that what
it really is?
Your description.
Okay. Yeah, creamy yellow bottom.
Okay, got it.
And that means that this watermelon has this particular one right here means that this watermelon, part of the watermelon right here, hasn't seen a lot of light. It hasn't been moved around, hasn't been touched a lot, but it's been allowed to ripen straight on through to its stage. Now, you'll see things that look really, really, really yellow on the bottom, and really, really, really yellow, like almost margarine yellow, is not what you're looking for. You're looking for something that looks almost just like butter. And you can see, Bill, that this little spot right here in the watermelon looks just like a stick of butter. And that is what you're looking for.
And it's firm still.
And it's
not
firm.
like it's rotten at all. Or...
And a lot of people, I can't tell how many people walk by and thump a watermelon. They'll be thumping it like this, and they'll be doing this, and they'll be shaking it, listening to it, and doing everything. And guys, I got to tell you, I have done all those tricks, but a little old lady came by my produce department one time, and she was just the sweetest little old lady, and she was digging through the watermelon bin like something I've never seen before. And I stopped by because, hey, a guy's got to know, right? So I stopped by and I said, what is it that you're looking for? She said, oh, I'm looking for the creamy yellow bottom. And she looked through most of that bin until she found the one. And she actually brought it to me and showed it to me about what she was looking for. And I have never, since I have followed that rule, missed a watermelon.
There you go. Look for the creamy yellow bottom.
That's right.
On that note, let's wrap this thing, because I don't think you can top creamy yellow bottom. Send us your great plates. We love to get them at greattv.com. Real easy to upload, and we want to feature more and more and more of them.
Hey, listen, gang, we're still looking for, let me see, Twitter at SC Pitmaster. I'm still looking to get to 1,000, and we're still looking to increase the Facebook, what did they call that? The Facebook group page, not the group page. The
just like us.
Yeah, like us on the page. We're trying to get to 1,000 there, and we will have, I think we're at 400 or 500 right now, and we will have a special gift giveaway for the 1,000th person that likes us on the Great TV Facebook page.
I've got some bacon flavored envelopes. I think we need something better than that, though.
Bacon flavor. Well, whatever gift you get, you'll get it with a bacon flavored envelope. How does that sound? That's awesome. Hey, gang, remember in the world today, it's important to think global, buy local, stay sustainable on every chance you get on your own.